Coverage of high school sports is brought to you in part by Newburyport 5 Cent Savings Bank, Pentucket Medical, Nick's Pizza, Institution for Savings Bank, Oregano Pizzeria and Restaurant, Appleton Eye Associates, Giuseppe's Fresh Pasta and Fine Food, Port City Sandwich Company. We would like to thank Nick's Pizza for being the Feed the Crew sponsor. We got the captains for both teams on the field right now for Newburyport. Number 7 is Peter Green. 10 is Jonathan Bajako. And 58 is Seamus Sullivan. Vikings captains are out there. Let's see what numbers we see. Brian Hughes, 23, is out there. Can't see the others, so the Newburyport players are in the way. Oh, Max Madden, 53, and Jimmy Ford, number 11. Luke Boyle, 32, and Ellsworth Rogers, 59. The captains, sorry, it was 53, not 23. So Max Madden, Jimmy Ford, Ellsworth Rogers, and Luke Boyle. So here we see the toss. Newburyport will receive, and Triton will kick off. The Clippers will be going from right to left, Triton left to right. Triton's got white jerseys with blue numerals. Looks like a silver pants. And the Clippers with the white jerseys, gold helmets, white pants. Now we're going to have to play our national anthem.
We're playing the national anthem by Newbury High School Band.
Hello. Hi. No, it's tonight. No, buddy. Where are you? All right. I'm here.
Okay, so the Clippers will be receiving. We start off Triton with a record of 3-1. Newburyport 2-2 overall. They're both 1-1 in the league. Newburyport's coming off a tough defeat last week, 21-14 at Pentucket. And Triton's got a bye last week after they defeated Pentucket 31-7 the week before. So the Vikings had a week off, and the Clippers tried to bounce back after a tough loss last week. Both teams are similar. Quarterbacks Mike Shea and Justin Cashman both can run the ball, and they both pass well. Shea's thrown for close to 600 yards, and Cashman just a little over 300. 4 touchdowns for Shea and 3 for Cashman. They both run the ball. Shea's had 3 rushing touchdowns, and Cashman 4 rushing touchdowns, but Cashman's had over 250 yards rushing. J.J. Bajako for the favorite target for Shea. He said over almost 350 yards receiving, where Jack Germanau and James Wood are the favorite targets of Cashman. Running back for Triton, Luke Boyle is the guy to watch. He's got over 345 yards and 4 touchdowns. Clippers got Jimmy Gallo, Peter Green leading the team rushing, along with Shea. Okay, his win.
All right, and there's the kickoff. As it works its way down, the Clippers pick it up right around the 30. They're up to the 40, and they're taken down shy of the 50-yard line. Coming up for the run is James Gallo.
James Gallo returned the kick.
So Gallo coming up with a nice return, about 20 yards or so.
Yeah, good return by Gallo. So the Clippers are in good shape, starting out at their own 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
and it's going to be first and as the Clippers have the Clippers have the ball at their own 48-yard line. 1st and 10, just underway here at World War Memorial Stadium between the Triton Vikings and the Newburyport Clippers. Sent Germanera in motion. He gets the pitch out, goes over to the far side of the field, trying to turn to his left, and he gets caught right around the line of scrimmage as he tried to stretch it out. So it's well, the pitch lost about a yard, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Newburyport Clippers.
Yeah, they tried to end around with Bajeko on the first play from the scrimmage. The Clippers lose a yard, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11 now at their own 47.
10:27 just underway here in the first quarter. The Newburyport Clippers hosting the Triton Vikings. Big game. Clippers coming into tonight's game with a record of 2-2. The Vikings at 3-1. And it's 2nd and 11 for Newburyport at their own 48-yard line. As Shea, the quarterback, and looks like there was a fumble. The Vikings indicating they recover the fumble. Looks like a fumble right on the snap, but I see a flag over there on the far side of the field.
I wonder if they threw the flag. Yeah, let's see what it is, what the penalty is. Offside, Triton. It's a big break for the Clippers.
Yep, so they'll take that and keep the ball.
Yeah, so it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Clippers.
A number of games going on. The Amesbury Indians in Ipswich tonight taking on the Tigers. That's a big game for both of those teams, actually. See if they can, each team looking to get their season on track. The penalty against the Vikings puts the ball into Triton territory, and it is going to be 2nd and about 7, we'll call it, at the Triton 48-yard line. Shea at quarterback under center, has a man in motion, takes the snap, fakes the pitch out, and he hands it off as the Clippers run to the right and they pick up a short yardage. That's Ronnie Mawai. Is that how you say it? Mawai? Mawai, like Hawaii. Okay. Okay. Bridge over Mawai. Okay. All right, so Mawai, actually we saw him at Pentucket a couple of times. They had a good game over there.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore.
3rd down and 5.
So 3rd and 5 for the Clippers. They have the ball at the Triton 47-yard line. Shea out of the shotgun, gets set, ready for the snap. There it is, a high snap over his head. Loose ball, he picks it up, and he recovers the ball back at the Newburyport 40-yard line. Boy, he was being pressured as well by Max Madden. A lot of pressure on him.
A lot of pressure, but a high snap. They made it tough for the Clippers there, so they lost 12 yards on the play. Let me see, from 46 to up to 41, so 13-yard loss.
So that puts it back at the Newburyport 41-yard line. So the Clippers are going to be punting, and they get the kickoff from about the 32, and it bounces inside the 30-yard line, picked up by the Vikings, and James Wood. Not much of a gain there, but he at least held on to the ball, and the Vikings are going to be starting it out inside their 20, inside their 30, but a flag on the field around the 30 with 8:37 to go here in the first quarter of play. So the penalty is against the Triton Vikings. They get called for holding. Richie, you and I haven't seen the Vikings, I think, since opening week.
That's right. We saw him against Swampscott. Yeah, in the opening game. Did you see him against Amesbury? I didn't see another game at Amesbury. So
Triton has the ball 1st down.
I think we did do the Amesbury game.
Yeah. Right.
That's right. Anyway, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They have the ball inside their own 20-yard line. 8:37 to go in the first quarter of play. As they get set out of the shotgun formation, there's a snap, and it goes right through Justin Cashman's legs into the end zone. Loose ball, and it's covered by Newburyport.
Touchdown.
Covered by the Newburyport Clippers. Let's see if we can pick up the number on that one.
Connor Brennan.
So Connor Brennan covering the loose ball in the end zone, and the Newburyport Clippers have taken a 6-0 lead over the Triton Vikings. 8:25 to go here in the first quarter of play. So Newburyport taking advantage of that turnover, putting up 6 points on the boards. Now the Clippers will go for the extra point. J.J. Bajeko gets his foot into the ball, kicks it up, and it's no good. It's off to the right. So it's 6-0 with 8:25 to go here in the first quarter of play. Newburyport Clippers taking advantage of that bad snap. Every once in a while, this is not the night for centers, it looks like.
Yeah, both times the snap, both Newburyport and Triton had a mishandle on the ball. Snapped it over the quarterback's head.
So the Newburyport Clippers have the lead of 6-0 with 8:25 to go here in the first quarter of play. Clippers striking first, taking advantage of that turnover. And now the Vikings need to gather their thoughts and see what they can do to get on the board. Back to receive the kickoff, Luke Boyle. He'll be the receiver on the near side. 8:25 to go here in the first quarter of play. Bajeko set to kick it off for the Newburyport Clippers. Over on the far side for the Vikings, Jack Germanara.
So a big break for the Clippers, and they're able to capitalize on that. Cashman dove for the ball, trying to get it, and it squished out, right, just missed it and pushed it further into the end zone, and Brendan was there quickly to recover for the Clippers.
Just in a case like that, you just have to cover it up.
Yeah, I think he tried and just couldn't quite get at it. Here's the kick.
All right, the kick. It's high and off to the right, and it's picked up at about the 20-yard line. The Viking 20-yard line as the Vikings bring it up to the 35.
That was Jake Gilbert.
So Gilbert getting the return for the Triton Vikings. Number 2. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings with 8:15 to go here in the first quarter of play. Ball spotted at the Triton 36-yard line. Vikings have receivers split wide to the left and 2 to the right side. Seems like there's been some discussion on the field.
Timeout, Newburyport. I'd like to get enough people on the field.
Saw one Newburyport defender go out there.
Actually, Newburyport had an extra man. They would have had an extra man if they had snapped it. They called timeout.
So we stand at 8:15 to go here in the first quarter of play. Newburyport leading the Triton Vikings 6-0. Now the Clippers are going to get Bajeko out onto the field. Justin Cashman, the quarterback. Make sure he has the play. Again, he's going to be working it out of a shotgun. 1st and 10. And now he looks over to the sideline. Perhaps to change the play. 1st and 10. Here we go. The snap. And he fakes the handoff, and Cashman goes to the left. He's at the 45, the 50, down to the 45, the 40. And it looks like he's in for the touchdown.
Nice speed by Cashman as he turned around there for 64-yard touchdown. And he had nice fake because everybody went for the ball carrier, and he kept the ball on his left side and went all the way around. Nice run by Cashman for the touchdown.
So I see what type of football game we're going to have tonight. It's going to be an exciting one and full of surprises. 6-6. The score, 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Now Newburyport missed the extra point attempt when it came to their touchdown, after their touchdown, but let's see what the Vikings can come up with. Max Lutenbacher is pacing it off, and Kevin Clark is going to be holding. So Lutenbacher, straight on kicker, gets his foot into it, and it's up and good. So the Triton Vikings have taken a 7-6 lead over the Newburyport Clippers with 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play.
Well, it didn't take long for Triton to respond to that. 64 yards in one play, and nice ball handling by Cashman as he faked the handoff up the middle and swept around left side and waited right about the 45-yard line. Newburyport, he really turned on the speed when he turned the corner, and no one was going to catch him.
So 8 minutes to go in the first quarter of play, and the Triton Vikings have come up with a 7-6 lead over the Newburyport Clippers. Clippers are going to be receiving, and back positioned right around the 20-yard line is Jimmy Gallo. He's the receiver on the far side. On the near side is J.J. Bajako. We get ready for the kickoff here. Lutenbacher is going to be doing that. He's got the ball on its side. So let's see how this one works out. All right, Lutenbacher set. And there's the kick, a little squib kick, bounces around the 40, picked up by the Clippers, and they go over to the far side of the field. Coming up with the ball is Adam Gardner, and Gardner gets tackled right around the 41-yard line. It's kind of an interesting play.
Can you reset to 0, then put 7?
As the kickoff goes for the Triton Vikings, a little squib kick like that. Maybe the men, they aren't used to handling the ball like that on the kickoffs.
Yeah. When we were kids, we used to call it a marble kick. I don't know what they call it now, but that's what we used to call a marble kick. I don't know why, but anyway, Newburyport first and 10 on their own 41.
7:51 to go in the first quarter of play, and Newburyport trailing Triton by a point, 7-6. Clippers have the ball. Shea sends a man in motion, and he hands it off. They run it straight ahead. Looks like Jimmy Gallo got the call on that one.
Yep, Gallo.
So Gallo gets the ball to about the 44-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 situation coming up for the Newburyport Clippers. 7:34 to go here in the first quarter of play. As the Clippers bring the ball in, Shea brings the play in from the sideline. He'll have, as a receiver, Bajako split wide to the right. Over the near side, it's Tyler Terrian. And Quinn Stott started to run over towards the sideline, and there's going to be a timeout.
That's the second timeout for Newburyport already. Yeah, you mentioned Quinn Stott, number 5. He's only a freshman, running at halfback for the Clippers right now. He's 6 foot tall, about 165 pounds.
7:06 to go in the first quarter of play, with Triton leading Newburyport 7-6. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for Newburyport with the ball at their own 44-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Shea takes the snap, fakes the pass, and he runs over to the far side of the field at the 50, the 45, and he gets bumped out of bounds just inside the 45-yard line.
That'll be a first down for the Clippers.
So James Wood knocking him out of bounds. That'll spot the ball at the Triton 44-yard line.
14-yard pickup for Shea.
So Quinn Stott comes off the field for the Newburyport Clippers as Shea brings the play into the huddle. First and 10 with Newburyport having the ball at the Triton 44-yard line. 6:57 to go in the first quarter of play. Triton leading Newburyport 7-6. Under center, Clippers send a man in motion, and Shea puts the ball up in play. It's caught at about the 25-yard line, down to the 10, inside the 10, and taken down. That was Tom Isabel.
Yeah.
Getting the catch and a nice run after the catch. Isabel picking up some tough yardage, and he got tackled inside the 10-yard line. That was another first down for the Newburyport Clippers.
That was a 38-yard pickup.
First down and 10.
So they spot the ball at the Triton 8-yard line. 6:46 to go in the first quarter of play, with Triton leading Newburyport by a point, 7-6. So far, though, tonight's game has been wide open.
Yeah, a lot of big plays already. First and goal for Newburyport at the 8. We get 6:40 to go here in the first quarter.
Terrian wide to the right side, and Bajako in the slot on the left side. They send a man in motion. That's Stott, and Shea puts the ball in the air, and it's out of bounds
It might be they might call that intentional grounding, or no, the referee may give a holding signal.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
Might be holding against Triton.
Pass was kind of in the vicinity of Tyler Tarian.
Looked like the referee gave it a signal for holding. Not the back judge called it a holding on Triton, but we'll see. No flag. He's going to wave it off.
No flag on the
So
play.
6:28 to go in the first
Second
quarter of
down,
play.
ball to go from
And the ball is inside the 10-yard line.
Triton's put a lot of pressure on Shea when he wants to pass. They got a good front line there. Their defensive line, they get big guys. Ellsworth Rogers, Jimmy Ford, and Max Madden. They're three of their co-captains and tri-captains, and they do a good job, put a lot of pressure, do a good job in that interior line, both offensively and defensively.
6:28 to go in the first quarter of play. Clippers have a couple of receivers split off to the left and a couple to the right. Single back, out of the shotgun, Shea gets set, takes the snap a little high, but he hands it off to Jimmy Gallo. Gallo runs to the right, and he drops the ball. The ball pops loose on the hit, and it looks like Triton has recovered inside the 15-yard line.
There's a loose ball on the play.
Well, Gallo had a shot on the right side of the line, but as he got hit, the ball popped loose,
Triton recovers.
and he could not grab it. As it continued to roll away from him, the Vikings jumped on top of it, and it's Triton football. It'll be 1st and 10 for Triton with the ball at their own 14-yard line. You'll need another piece of paper, Richard.
Well, yeah, it keeps going right here. I can't keep up with it all. It's changing so much.
So 1st and 10, 6:18 to go here in the first quarter of play. Triton with the lead, 7-6 over the Newburyport Clippers. There's the snap, and they hand it off. The Vikings run the ball straight ahead, pick up some short yardage, and getting the call was Luke Boyle. Boyle picks up about 2 yards.
Boyle, the ball carrier.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. They have the ball at their own 16-yard line with 5:54 to go in the first quarter of play. Vikings have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As they get set for the snap, there's the snap, and they hand it off, and they run it straight ahead again. This time Boyle works his way over the 20 to about the 21.
Yeah, be a little bit shy of the first down, about 3rd and 3.
5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Here at World War Memorial Stadium, nice crowd turning out for tonight's football game between 2 local schools, and a beautiful night.
Yeah, we can't complain about the night. Really, this is a nice night.
3rd and 3 for the Vikings with the ball just over their own 21-yard line. Again, out of the shotgun. Cashman gets set, takes the snap, wants to throw. Now he's going to run it. And he fumbles the ball right around the 25-yard line as he was taken down initially by the Newburyport Clippers. Brian Toolin made the initial stop. And then as he went down, the ball just popped loose and went forward, and the Clippers recover it. 4:51 to go here in the first quarter of play. So the Newburyport Clippers recover the fumble, and they're going to be setting it up 1st and 10 with the ball at the Triton 26-yard line. I've run out of fingers, Richie.
I tell you, this is fast. All right, 4:51 to go. Triton 26, 1st and 10 Newburyport. Okay.
So Tarian's wide to the right, and on the near side, the Clippers have Isabel. And there's the snap as Shea goes to his right, puts it in the air on the run. The pass is complete over to Tarian inside the 20, and he gets taken down. So 4:35 to go in the first quarter of play. The ball inside the Triton 20-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 2 for Newburyport with the ball at the Triton 18.
Triton 18-yard line.
So the Clippers are going to be sending Ronnie
Mawai.
Mawai. So Ronnie Mawai comes off the field. Tarian split out to the far side. In the slot is Quinn Stott, freshman, 6-foot freshman. He's in motion, coming in the near side, gets the handoff, runs over towards the near sideline at the 15, and he's taken down.
Stop.
Tackled by Jack Germanara.
Quinn Stott, ball carrier.
So Quinn Stott
Tackled by Jack
with a nice, nice welcome. How do you do to the Cape Ann League?
Ball to the Triton.
I think Germanara is probably one of the tougher players that he'll run up against. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Triton leading Newburyport 7-6. It is 1st and 10 for the Clippers inside the Triton 15-yard line.
Looks maybe the 13.
And they send Pacheco in motion, and Pacheco getting the handoff gets tackled on the far side of the line of scrimmage as he tried to stretch it out.
Pacheco, the ball carrier.
Triton's done a good job on the play to Pacheco. That's twice they've stopped him for loss of yardage. So it'll be 2nd and 12 at the 15.
2:55 to go in the first quarter of play. The Triton Vikings leading Newburyport 7-6. So Shea brings the play in from the sideline. And he'll have Isabel lined up wide to the right. And on the near side is Tarian. In the slot on the left side is Pacheco. Shea takes the snap and he pitches it out at the last minute over on the far side. And that was Jimmy Gallo. Gallo gets the ball inside the 10 to about the 8.
Tackled by Jacob Durkin. 3rd down and 6.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Clippers.
The Newburyport Clippers have the ball with 2:03.
8 yards.
2:03 to go here in the first quarter of play. And let's see what's going to go on. We're down to 1:44 in the first quarter of play as the Clippers split out with 4 receivers. And out of the shotgun, Shea gets set to take the snap. Gallo on his right. High snap, but he gets it anyway, puts it right into the middle, and no, incomplete. It fell incomplete. So it's going to be a 4th down play coming up for the Newburyport Clippers with the ball inside the 10. Newburyport trailing by a point.
4th down and 6.
So Newburyport and the Triton Vikings, 7-6. Triton with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers. And the Clippers will go for the field goal attempt here. That's Jonathan Pacheco. And Pacheco puts it up, and it's good. So it's a 3-0, make that 9-7. Newburyport with a 2-point lead over the Triton Vikings with 1:23 to go here in the first quarter of play.
It was a 35-yard field goal.
53 on Triton. It's not John McCarthy.
Right, let's see. Okay.
Oh, there's 253. I hate it when they do that.
Thank you.
Well, 1:23 to go in the first quarter of play. Win Damon along with Richie Eaton. And the Newburyport Clippers have the lead over the Vikings by a score of 9-7. It's been a wild first quarter of play. Newburyport just taking the lead on that field goal.
Yeah, it's been a flag on the play on the kickoff, so the Clippers going to be kicking over as they kick the ball out of bounds. You know, it's been exciting so far.
Well, the Clippers struck first, and they missed the extra point, and then Triton, so they actually took advantage of a turnover, making recovering a fumble in the end zone. That made it 6-0. The extra point was no good. And then the Triton Vikings recovered a fumble, right?
Well, after actually, it was on the kickoff of the first play, Cashman went for a touchdown, but Newburyport's turned the ball over once on a fumble, Triton's did it over twice.
And now, with 1:23 to go in the first quarter of play, Newburyport has the lead of 9-7 over the Vikings. Triton with the ball, and they hand it off, and they run it straight ahead. I believe that was Boyle. Boyle gets the ball over the 35-yard line to about the 36. So it's going to be 2nd and 6, we'll call it, for the Triton Vikings. They have the ball at the Newburyport 36-yard line and a minute to go here in the first quarter of play. As the Vikings seemed a little disorganized tonight.
Yeah, a little bit.
But the Vikings try to set it up as Cashman looks over to the sideline, make sure he gets the right play in. He's out of the shotgun. He has James Wood in motion. There's a flag on the play as they bring it around to the near side. Cashman, basically a no-gainer on that one. Let's see what the penalty is.
And Brennan, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
Legal motion against the Vikings. Is that maybe legal procedure, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty.
For Triton, that's their 3rd penalty of the night. So they mark that one off, and it is now going to be 2nd and 10 for the Triton Vikings with half a minute to go here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, they may get this play off. The clock is running, so I don't know if they're gonna. Yeah, they probably should get this play off. With that 5-yard penalty, be 2nd and 9.
Again, they Vikings just not looking all that sure as far as which plays to get going. Now they're all set. There's the snap. It's a low snap, but Cashman puts it up in the air.
Oh, nice pass.
Right over the 50-yard line as the Vikings run it over on the far side of the field. James Wood III with a beautiful catch. And he grabs the ball down inside the 35 to about the 30-yard, inside the Newburyport 30-yard line. So it's going to be a first down for the Triton Vikings. And that should do it here for the first quarter of play. So after 1 quarter of play, the score is Newburyport 9 and Triton 7. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends, WNBP.
Coverage of high school sports is brought to you in part by Newburyport 5 Cent Savings Bank, Pentucket Medical, Nick's Pizza, Institution for Savings Bank, Oregano Pizzeria and Restaurant, Appleton Eye Associates, Giuseppe's Fresh Pasta and Fine Food, Port City Sandwich Company. We would like to thank Nick's Pizza for being the Feed the Crew sponsor.
And we are getting set here for the beginning of the second quarter of play with the Newburyport Clippers leading the Triton Vikings 9-7 at World War Memorial Stadium. The Vikings with the ball, and Cashman at quarterback. Out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, runs to his left, and he gets taken down.
Did they set the ball up right? Shouldn't it be on the Triton 31-yard line instead of the Newburyport 31? Wasn't the ball in the... I think they had set the ball up wrong. It should have been the Triton 31, not the Newburyport 31. Too late now.
Well, it's going to be 2nd and 8 for...
Yeah, that's oh, no, they got a completed pass. That's right, they had a long pass.
2nd and 8 for the Vikings
right.
with the ball at the Newburyport 25-yard line.
That's right. They had that long pass play.
Just underway here in the second quarter of play. Cashman at quarterback for the Vikings. There's another bad snap, and he runs back and covers it up inside the 50-yard line as he gets touched by the Newburyport Clippers.
Down in the backfield, Reed Nation and Seamus Sullivan.
And Reed Nation in on the tackle, made the touch. Seamus Sullivan as well. And the Vikings just having some trouble with the snaps tonight.
Yeah, that's a 25-yard loss.
So that's going to be third down coming up for the Vikings, and some extremely long yardage. They need to get the ball inside the Newburyport 20-yard line for a first down.
Boy, this would be a 22-yard loss.
They're back at their own 40, at the Newburyport 47. All right, we get set here on this third down play for the Vikings. There's the snap. Cashman looking, puts a long pass down the field near side, and it's out of the reach of Jake Gilbert.
Cashman passes to James Wood is incomplete.
So that brings up a fourth down play for the Triton Vikings and a punting situation. And imagine to be a fly on the wall in the Triton locker room.
Yeah, it's so far been tough for both teams on long snaps.
Yeah, and that's a lot harder than you'd think it would be.
Especially when you got heavy guys breathing on your neck when you're snapping the ball.
With bad breath. All right, there's the punt, and it bounces inside the 30 and kind of drops dead around the Newburyport 25-yard line. 9:53 to go in the second quarter of play. Newburyport leading Triton 9-7. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends WNBP. All right, back after this. Back after this. 9:53 to go in the second quarter of play. Newburyport with the ball. They have the lead, 9-7 over the Triton Vikings. Shea fakes the handoff, makes the pass complete over to Pacheco over the 30-yard line, and he gets taken down by the Triton Vikings. A couple of players in on the tackle, including Kevin Clark, senior.
Boyle on the tackle.
So it's going to be enough yardage there for a first down. It's going to be first and 10 for the Newburyport Clippers with the ball at their own 34-yard line. 9:25 to go here in the second quarter of play. Well, now, Richie, it feels like the game's getting into a rhythm here. Both teams getting used to it. Maybe they're just excited because they're playing the river rivals.
Well, it could be, just one of those things, a little over anxious. First and 10 for the Clippers.
So Mike Shea, quarterback for Newburyport. They send Pacheco into motion, and he gets the pitch, goes over to the far side of the field, and he's at the 40, the 45, the 50. He gets away from one tackler. He's at the 40, the 35, and he's taken down from behind. Nice tackle by Justin Cashman. Touchdown saving tackle, I would call it. And he's taken down.
It was 30 yards.
Triton 30, yeah.
30-yard run. Let me see, where'd they start? 35, 15, 35, 35 yards.
So 8.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play. Nice run as Pacheco comes off the sideline. Shea brings the play out to the huddle.
Let me see, 15.
It's going to be first and 10 for the Clippers. They have the ball at the Triton 30-yard line. 8:08 to go here in the second quarter. Shea under center takes the snap and he goes straight ahead, but a whistle right away.
Procedure.
Penalty flag in the backfield.
Against Newburyport, the 5-yard penalty.
So Newburyport gets hit with the 5-yard penalty. And that pushes the ball back to the Triton 35, so it's going to be first and 15. 7:58 to go in the second quarter of play. Newburyport leading Triton by a score of 9-7. Quinn Damon along with Richie Eaton. Ashley Hodge keeping track of the defensive statistics for us. And Chris Butterfield, our engineer at the studio. All right, Shea brings the play over to the huddle. 7:34 to go in the second quarter as they line it up. Isabel split wide to the left side. And down on the near side, that's Nick LaValle. There's the snap. They hand it off as the Clippers run it straight ahead over to the freshman, Quinn Stott. Stott gets the ball to the 30.
5-yard pickup, 2nd and 10.
Gets him back to the original line of scrimmage with 7:07 to go in the second quarter of play. So Shen looking over, gets the play as the Clippers are looking at 2nd and 10 with the ball at the Triton 30-yard line with 6:45 to go in the second quarter of play. Isabel split wide to the left. Jaco in the slot on the left side. There's the snap. And Shea fakes the throw. Now he puts it up in the air, and it's caught. Stott takes the catch right around the 20-yard line. He gets down to about the 10, inside the 10. And
flag in the play.
Nice play by Quinn Stott. Let's see if it's taken away. And it is taken away from the Newburyport Clippers.
You could signal for Newburyport timeout also.
Timeout Newburyport.
So the Clippers want to talk this one out. Things are not going as smooth as they'd like at the moment. 6:19 to go in the second quarter with the score Newburyport 9, Newburyport 9, and Triton 7. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football live on the Legends WNBP.
Wow. When the commercial goes on.
All right, bring it back after this, please.
Any leading big touchdown in the city. 56 is good. Next time he makes it
6:19 to go in the second quarter of play. Newburyport with a 2-point lead, 9-7 over the Triton Vikings. Newburyport cheerleaders, friends of the Newburyport cheerleaders, holding a raffle tonight. All types of certificates in there. Certificates to the old 10 Center Street. Nick's is what it's
Nick's
called.
now, right? Yeah.
Mission Grill.
Not to be mixed up with Nick's Pizza. It's N-I-X or something. N-A-Y-X? N-I-X?
Yeah, like Tron Nick's.
Yeah. So ball's back at the 40 now.
All right, so Shea fakes the pass. He's getting pressured. Back at the Triton territory. Puts it up in the air, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for the Newburyport Clippers. Ronnie Mawai.
You can see how strong Shea's arm is right there as he's rolling to his right. And just one-handed he snapped from the 45 down about the 15, 35, about 40, yeah, because from the Triton 45-yard line. So he can snap the ball up there. 3rd and 15 now from the 40.
6:09 to go in the second quarter, and Mawai was, he looked like he may have had a chance to get it. He looks like he could be a player.
Yeah, he's quick. He's got some hands on him. He's not too tall, though, I don't think, is he? What's his height?
So it's going to be 3rd and about 20 for Newburyport with the ball at the Triton 40-yard line. Shea, quick little pass, and it was intended for Jaco, but he was not able to get it.
There was a little bobble on the snap that way, and it threw the timing off in the play. So Clippers going to punt here from the 40.
Stopping the clock at 6:01. So Jaco is back for the punt. And back to receive is James Wood III. There's the punt. He got rushed, and the ball bounced around the 15, and it goes into the end zone. So the Vikings will get it at their own 20-yard line with 5:53 to go in the second quarter of play with a score 9-7 Newburyport with a lead. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends WNBP. Okay, bring back after this.
First and 10 for the Vikings. Their own 20. Cashman with the ball. Cashman keeps it, and he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
So the quarterback, Triton quarterback Cashman, kept the ball and ran to the right, and he gets the ball to about the 20. No gain back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings with 5:33 to go in the second quarter of play. And Triton trailing by 2 points right now, 9-7. So Newburyport gets set on the defensive side of the ball. The Vikings on the offensive side out of the shotgun. Cashman hands it off and they run straight ahead. Again, not much of a gain, maybe a yard. That was Boyle who got the call there. So Boyle picks up a yard. And that'll make it 3rd and 9 for the Triton Vikings. Ball spotted at the Triton 21-yard line. Germanara split wide to the right as Cashman gets set. And there's the snap. He's looking, passes to the far side, pass is complete, and it's up to the 35-yard line. Getting the catch was James Wood. So it looks like they'll spot it at the Triton 36-yard line with 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play.
Big 3rd down conversion, a 15-yard completion to Wood.
So that makes it, 1st and 10 as Cashman looks around, gets set. There's the snap, and he hands it off as the Vikings carry it forward. And that
Figueredo.
Was Tyler Figueredo, senior. So Figueredo gets a couple of yards on that with 3:56 to go in the second quarter of play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Triton Vikings. Ball spotted at the Triton 38-yard line with 3:46 to go here in the second quarter of play. Newburyport with a 2-point lead, 9-7. As Cashman gets set, sends a man in motion. There's the snap, and he passes over to the far side. Pass is complete. Now a reverse over to Germanara. Germanara gets run out of bounds, close to the 50-yard line, I think. Well, it looks like they'll take it out at the 45 with a 1st down. Nice play.
Yeah, the old hook and ladder play. I don't know who was the first one that caught the pass. It was Germanara picked the yardage up afterwards. Was it Wood to Germanara?
I think it was Wood, yeah. Wood to Germanara.
All right. And it's at the 45, 3rd and 1.
How you score that one, I have no clue.
They each get credit for passing yardage, but one's a reception, the other one doesn't get the reception. Germanara doesn't get the reception. Wood does if it was to Wood.
So 3:16 to go in the quarter, and the Vikings ran it straight ahead. Don't sure if they were able to do it. That was Luke Boyle. Boyle picked up some hard-earned yardage, and he got a 1st down. You're in the vicinity of the Newburyport High School. There's a med flight going on, getting set to land over at the hospital. We're very fortunate that they had the helipad there.
Yeah.
You'd hate to have them there for you, but glad that we have it. All right, there's his snap and the handoff. The Vikings run it straight ahead, and with the call, Tyler Figueredo.
Tyler Figueredo on the ball carry.
So Figueredo picks up some yardage. He gets over the 50-yard line. The ball spotted at the Newburyport 48 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It is going to be 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Out of the shotgun, there's the snap, and they fake the Cashman hung on to the ball. He ran over to the left, and he picks up enough yardage for a first down.
Triton calls timeout.
And there's going to be a timeout on the field with 2:17 to go in the second quarter of play, with Newburyport leading Triton 9-7. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football live on the Legends WNBP. Okay, bring it back after this. Figure it out. And we're back at World War Memorial Stadium. 2:17 to go in the second quarter of play. And Newburyport leading Triton by a score of 9-7. This game has settled down a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. A little more defense here in the second quarter. Clippers leading 9-7.
Vikings with the ball. And they have the ball at around the Newburyport 35. They send a man in motion. Out of the shotgun, there's the snap. Cashman looking to his left. Little short pass, and it's complete over to Boyle. Boyle at the 20, and he's at the 15, the 10, and he's tripped up by the Newburyport Clippers.
Nice screen pass.
Connor Brennan on the tackle. He was able to catch him from behind, but a big gainer for the Triton Vikings with 2:04 to go in the second quarter of play. It's a game of the big plays so far tonight.
Yeah. We're there. 10, 9, 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
Looks like, yeah, we call it about the 7. First and goal to go for the Triton Vikings. Minute 47 on the clock. Cashman hands it off. Oh, and a big hit as the Vikings try to run it forward. Tyler Figueredo got hit, and he got taken down at about the Newburyport 11. Loss of a couple of yards. It'll be second and goal to go with the ball spotted at the Newburyport 11-yard line. Minute 24 to go. What was the number of that bus that hit him, by the way?
That was a big hit right there.
Was that a Tulin? It was a Tulin. Was that Nick Tulin or Brian? Nick? Good. All right, so second and goal to go, and the ball spotted at the Newburyport 12. Cashman looking. Now he's getting chased, puts it up in the air into the end zone, and it's picked off in the end zone by the Newburyport Clippers. Nice interception in the end zone. J.J. Bajeko, who knows how to catch a football, made that catch, and he caught it, and let's say he went right down in the end zone, right?
Well, yeah, he's almost thought about running after it, but he didn't.
Which was a smart play. So the Newburyport Clippers get the ball back with 51 seconds to go here in the second quarter of play.
51 seconds to go.
Yep, 51 seconds to go. The Newburyport Clippers are hanging on to it, and they will have the ball at their own 20-yard line with the 2-point lead, 9-7 over the Triton Vikings at World War Memorial Stadium. Shea at quarterback runs the ball straight ahead, and he gets the ball over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. So that'll make it second and 4 to go for the Newburyport Clippers with 36 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter of play. Ball spotted at the Newburyport 27-yard line. As the clock continues to wind down, 9-7 Newburyport with the 2-point lead. So the Clippers break the huddle. Shea under center has a man in motion. That's Bajeko, but some motion ahead.
Only 7 seconds to go here in the half.
And the Clippers get called for the motion on that.
Illegal motion, 5-yard penalty. Second down and 8.
Might even just take a knee right here. Oh, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for the half.
So time expires.
Coverage of high school sports is brought to you in part by Newburyport 5 Cent Savings Bank, Pentucket Medical,
Raffle tickets being sold here tonight.
Nick's Pizza,
Benefit the
Institution
there.
for Savings Bank,
squad.
Oregano Pizzeria and Restaurant, Appleton Eye Associates, Giuseppe's Fresh Pasta and Fine Food, Port City Sandwich Company. We would like to thank Nick's Pizza for being the Feed the Crew sponsor.
Second quarter is 9-7, and then we need to play some commercials. Okay? All right, thanks. All right, once you bring it back after this, I'll just do a quick talk and then I'll get it back to you. And welcome back. World War Memorial Stadium. Win Damon along with Richie Eaton. Ashley Hodge doing some defensive statistics for us, and Chris Butterfield at the controls back at the studio. The score is 9-7. The Newburyport Clippers with the lead at the half over the Triton Vikings. Nice crowd tonight on a beautiful night for fall football. We'll take a timeout. We're at halftime. You're listening to High School Football Live in the Legends, WNBP. All right, after this, why don't you play
I'll put it in a second, Ash.
about 3 minutes of ads. That would be roughly 6 ads. I'm going to see if we can get those pregame ads in there too. You know, just to, because they should get 3 ads per game instead of 2 like everybody else. So we'll do 3 minutes of ads here, and then we should have everything set by then. Thanks.
Winning number for the 50-50. Raffle is 8340835. You have that ticket in front of me.
Coverage of high school sports is brought to you in part by Newburyport 5-Cent Savings Bank, Pentucket Medical, Nick's Pizza, Institution for Savings Bank, Oregano Pizzeria and Restaurant, Appleton Eye Associates, Giuseppe's Fresh Pasta and Fine Food, Port City Sandwich Company. We would like to thank Nick's Pizza for being the Feed the Crew sponsor.
And he had one interception. So total offense for Triton was 147 compared to Newburyport's 84. Triton was penalized twice for 10 yards. Triton, Ellsworth Rogers punted once for 23 yards. But turnovers, this is a big factor here. Triton turned the ball over twice on fumbles, once on interception. And they were 2 for 4 on third down plays and 0 for 0 on fourth down plays. Total plays, Triton had 21 compared to Newburyport's 19. And Newburyport had the ball almost 4 minutes longer. Newburyport had 12:28 and Triton had it for 8:32. And a score 9-7 Newburyport. Individually for Newburyport, James Gallo, 3 carries for -3 yards. J.J. Bajeko, 3 carries for 32 yards. Quinn Stott, 2 carries, 10 yards. And Ronnie Mawai, 1 carry for 2 yards. And then there was Mike Shea at 2 carries for -3 yards, and the team with minus 11 yards or 1 carry. And on the pass reception for Newburyport, Tyler Terrian, 1 reception for 8 yards, J.J. Bajeko, 1 for 11 yards, Tom Isabel, 1 for 38 yards. For Triton, Justin Cashman, 4 carries for 80 yards, including a 64-yard touchdown. Luke Boyle, 5 carries, 14 yards. Tyler Figueredo, 4 carries for 4 yards. And the team had 2 losses on snaps over the head of minus 43 yards. That really did the job in their offense because they had a lot more yardage now, but when you take the 43 away, it only gave a net 55 yards rushing. On the receiving line, James Wood, 3 receptions for 57 yards. Jack Germanaro has 6 passing yards, but he doesn't have a completion. As he caught the ball, it was a lateral, so Wood gets the reception for no yards. As he got at the line of scrimmage, and he lateraled it to Germanaro on the hook and ladder play. So Germanaro gets 6 yards receiving, and Luke Boyle had 1 reception for 29 yards. And the scoring opened up with 8:25 to go in the first quarter. Connor Brennan recovered a fumble in the end zone for the Clippers, made it 6-0 Newburyport. The kick was no good. Triton came right back on the first play from scrimmage, a 64-yard run by Justin Cashman. Max Lutenbacher with the kick was good, made it 7-6 in favor of Triton. That was at the 8-minute mark. And then with a minute 23 to go in the first quarter, a 35-yard field goal by J.J. Bajeko, and that's his 3rd field goal of the season, and that made the score Newburyport 9 and Triton 7. And we had no scoring in the second quarter, so it ends up 9-7 at the half.
All right, very good. We'll take a look at the second half of play that will be getting underway shortly. Both teams have returned to the field. The score is 9-7. Newburyport with a 2-point lead over the Triton Vikings. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends WNBP.
We lost. We did have the first half on. They kept backing out. So who we got for leaders? I'll call to you when we get a break. I'll call on you.
Back after this. All right, we are back here in the Legends WNBP. It's the Newburyport Clippers.
We're going to go to Ashley now to give a little bit of recap on the defense.
Okay. Ashley Hodge, senior over at Newburyport High School, keeping track of these defensive statistics for us. Ashley?
Leading Newburyport defensively is Reed Nation with 4 tackles, followed by Connor Brennan and Nick Tulin, each with 3. And leading Triton defensively is Ellsworth Rogers, Jack Germanara, and Luke Boyle with 3.
Okay.
All righty, thank you very much. As the Triton Vikings take the kickoff, Jack Germanara brings the ball up to about the 30-yard line. And we are underway here in quarter number 3 at World War Memorial Stadium.
Thanks to Ashley for that report on the defensive plays.
Yeah, it's tough to follow the defense. You know, it's easy to follow the ball. You just see where it goes, whether or not it's a completion or a fumble, or but it's tough to catch all the players that take down those guys. So she's doing a good job. And the Triton Vikings are trying to take the lead here. 10:52 to go in the third quarter of play. They send a man in motion. They have the ball 1st and 10 inside their own 30-yard line. Low snap, but Cashman pitches it out at the last minute. And it looks like it went over to Luke Boyle on the far side of the field. Boyle gets the ball over the 30 to about the Triton 32.
Nation, what's that, his 5th tackle now?
Yes, that is.
So 3 receivers lined up on the right side for the Vikings. 10:25 to go here in the third quarter. Triton trailing by 2 points. As they looked like they were set to snap the ball, but now Cashman looking over to the side.
Getting the hand signals.
That has to be so complicated. But the receivers are lined up, still on the right side, 3 of them. There's the snap as Cashman fakes the handoff, runs over the near sideline. He's chased by 2 defenders, keeps the ball, 40, 45, the 50, and he takes a hit as he bumps into one of the Newburyport players, Tom Isabel. Isabel was there to take the hit and stop the play right there, but a first down for the Triton Vikings.
Yeah, good pickup of 22 yards for Cashman. He's got good speed, as we mentioned, on that first touchdown he had early in the game. So Triton's in the Newburyport territory already in this second half.
9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. So the Vikings get set, 1st and 10 at the Newburyport 47-yard line. So gets snapped. They're set for the snap. They fake the handoff. There's the pass near side, and it's caught inside the 25-yard line. Nice catch by the Triton Vikings. James Wood coming up with that catch. And Wood goes out of bounds at about the Newburyport 22.
Cashman did a good job. Just put it right up there and let Wood run under and catch it for a 25-yard pickup.
You're right, Richie. He really does have a very, very strong arm. So 9:14 to go here in the third quarter of play. Triton on the march. They trail by 2 points, 9-7. And two receivers split off to the left for the Vikings. Now they send a man in motion. That's Germanara. Cashman takes the snap and he hands it off to Boyle, who goes straight ahead. He takes an initial hit, but he spins and gets inside the 20. So Boyle gets down to about the Newburyport 19 with 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Second down and 8 with the ball at the Newburyport 19-yard line.
All right, 8:52 on the clock here in the third quarter. Two receivers split to the left, two to the right. As Cashman gets set out of the shotgun. He is back. He hands it off, and the running back for the Vikings tripped as he hit as he was trying to hit the hole there, Figueredo, and Tyler fell down, so they'll loss of about a yard. They'll spot the ball at the Newburyport 20-yard line.
Ball's at the Newburyport 20-yard line.
8:13 to go in the third quarter. So in the backfield now is Luke Boyle. He's off to the right of Cashman. Three receivers for Triton. They get set. Here's the snap. Low snap, and Cashman puts the ball up in the air, far corner, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for James Wood.
James Wood is incomplete.
Also in the vicinity was Jack Germanara. 7:49, that stops the clock.
Big play now here.
That's right. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Triton Vikings.
Actually, 4th and 8. Is it 4th and 8?
Yep.
It's right in the glare.
Yeah, because we
I
had.
think it is. Yeah,
it's 4th and 8.
4th down and 8.
So the Vikings are going to be going for it. They have the ball at the Newburyport 20-yard line. Cashman out of the shotgun takes another low snap. This time he passes right down the middle, and it's complete to Germanara.
Nice catch.
At the Newburyport 5. Boy, he stretched out and made that catch. I don't think he really needed to stretch out at all, but he made that catch.
First down and goal to go with the ball at the Newburyport 5-yard line.
Now Germanara is 6 feet tall. So it's going to be 1st and goal for Triton at the Newburyport 5. 7:37 to go here in the third quarter. With Newburyport leading Triton 9-7. Boyle in the backfield. And they fake the handoff, and coming around on the near side is Cashman, Justin Cashman, in for the touchdown, a 5-yard touchdown run. So that puts Triton in the lead, 13-9, with 7:17 to go in the third quarter of play. So Justin Cashman turning into quite the force.
Yeah, Cash, that's his second touchdown. He's got 107 yards rushing and 6 carries and 2 touchdowns.
So 13-9.
Timeout Triton.
And let's see what the Triton Vikings want to do. If they'll go for the extra point or maybe try for the 2.
That's their first time out here in the second half.
Heading off to the sideline, Jared Stanley for the Vikings.
It's 13-9, so if they go for 2, it'll put them ahead by 6.
Jake Gilbert headed off to the sideline as well. Boyle is out there, along with Cashman.
Looks like they're going to go for 2. I don't see the kicker out there.
No, that would be Lutenbacher.
Yeah, that would make them ahead by 6, so it makes sense.
Lutenbacher lined up at tight end on the right side.
Triton.
So Boyle is set off to the left of Cashman. There's the snap. Cashman wants to pass, puts it up in the air, and it's picked off by the Clippers. Right around the 50, right around the goal line. Coming up with the interception was Nick Toolin, the sophomore picks it off.
No good.
The extra point attempt. So that makes the score. It leaves the score at 13-9. The Triton Vikings with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers. 7:17 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends WNBP.
That was a nice interception there. No.
Okay, bring that
The
back.
extra point
bring it
so
back
count
after
as
this,
that.
please. We are back at World War Memorial Stadium. Win Damon along with Richie Eaton. And the Alliant Credit Union extra point attempt, no good on that one. Now we'll go for the New England foot and ankle kickoff following the touchdown by the Triton Vikings. Lutenbacher gets set, has the ball lined up, and this time he kicks it. It goes over to the far side of the field, but it's picked up at around the 20 by the Newburyport Clippers, and they bring it up to about the 30-yard line. So coming up with that reception was Jimmy Gallo. And 7:12 to go here in the third quarter of play.
Newburyport has the ball first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
This would be one of those games that would be fun to have the squares where you just pick the numbers. It's 3 and 1.
Oh, I see too. Yeah, the field goal always changes things, and missed extra point, and all these kind of things.
Yeah. That's first and 10 for the Clippers. They have the ball at their own 30-yard line. 7:12 to go in the third quarter of play. Newburyport now trailing. As there's the snap, some confusion in the backfield, and the Clippers end up losing some yardage on that. Jimmy Gallo got hit, and I think he got hit when he wasn't expecting it. He looked a little shaken up. It seems like he's okay.
That was a nice drive by Triton to open up the second half. Cashman with the big leadership on that. He ran the ball for 27 yards, and he also had 40 yards passing. So it was mostly Cashman on that drive.
Second down to 13.
6:42 on the clock here in the third quarter of play. It is going to be second and 13 for the Newburyport Clippers. They have the ball at their own 27-yard line. Under center is Mike Shea. Shea has a man in motion. That's Bajeko. He fakes the handoff. Now he wants to throw, puts it up in the air, and Bajeko gets it, but he's hit right away. Couldn't get anywhere. Hit by Luke Boyle on the tackle.
Yeah, it looks like no gain on the play.
So it's going to bring up a third down play for the Newburyport Clippers with the ball spotted at the Newburyport 27-yard line. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Triton with a lead over the Newburyport Clippers, 13-9. Tarian is going to be lined up wide to the right, and on the near side, Tom Isabel. Those are the wide receivers. There's the snap. Shea looks, passes right down the middle, and it's incomplete to Quinn Stott.
Shea's pass attempt to Quinn Stott is incomplete.
That pass looked like it was a little behind Stott. So it sets up a fourth down play for the Newburyport Clippers in a punting situation. Clippers have the ball back at their own 27-yard line.
So not a good start for Clippers here in the second half, as they allowed Triton to go right down and score, and then they have a 3-and-out.
5:37 to go in the third quarter of play, and there's the snap, and the ball goes out of bounds. The referee goes down on his backside, and a flag. What's that all about?
The referee lost his balance backpedaling, but I didn't see what the flag was. But the ball went out of bounds at the 45.
So the officials are talking this one over.
Holding against Newburyport.
So will they kick it over again?
Looks like they're going to assess it from the end of the play. 15 yards, so it's going to put it down to the 40-yard line. Triton first down.
Well, that's a big penalty against the Newburyport Clippers, something that they were not expecting, and I'm sure don't want. but called against them anyway. 1st and 10 for Triton with the ball at the Newburyport 40. 5:29 to go in the third quarter of play. Boyle gets the handoff, then he pitches it back to Cashman, and the pass is complete into the end zone. No, they rolled him down at the 1-yard line. The pass was complete to James Wood.
Yeah, right. 39-yard completion. Nice catch by Wood and nice pass by Cashman.
So they handed the ball off to Boyle. Boyle went into the line, turned around, pitched it back to Cashman. Cashman tossed it down the field to Wood, and he just went down just before he got into the end zone.
So we've seen a flea flicker on that play, and the hook and ladder they've also used. So Triton's pulling out all the stops, and there's an injury on the play.
Yeah, injury on the play, and
midfield.
The training staff is out there, so while they do that, with 5:18 to go in the third quarter, it's 13-9. Triton with the lead over Newburyport. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football live on the Legends, WNBP. Okay, bring it back after this. We're back at World War Memorial Stadium, and the Newburyport player who they were tending to is still out on the field. Usually, you know, not that I'm a doctor, but usually the cramps, they get rid of cramps right away, but he's still there. So don't know what's going on.
It looks like they're looking at his lower leg, the shin area. I can't see who it is. Is it 52?
No. So the medical staff is still out there taking a look at the player, although he is sitting up.
Yeah, looks like it's Brian Tulin. I just saw the 2, but I couldn't see the first one, but it was 52, so that's Brian Tulin.
Yeah. So Brian's a sophomore, 5'11". And now some of the other players, Newburyport players, they're headed out there to help him off to the sideline. And he's not putting any weight at all on his left foot.
That doesn't look too good. Hopefully it's just precaution. Don't put any pressure on it right now. They'll look at it.
Well, he's a good player for Newburyport, and hopefully he'll be okay sooner rather than later.
He's walking on it now as he's going towards the bench. They helped him off the field. Now he's walking to the bench. 1st and goal now for Triton at the 1.
So 5:10 on the clock as the Vikings at the Newburyport 1-yard line. Cashman at quarterback. He has Boyle right behind him, lined up. Send a man in motion. There's the snap, and they hand it off to Boyle, who runs full steam ahead, but he didn't get very far. In fact, he lost yardage.
He might have lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, I'd say he did lose a yard, so it's going to be 2nd and goal to go for Triton with the ball at the Newburyport 2-yard line.
Boyle on the carry.
So the clock at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 4:30 to go here in the third quarter of play. It's going to be 2nd and goal to go for the Vikings. Ball at the Newburyport 2-yard line. Again, Boyle is in the backfield.
You might see Cashman fake the handoff and try to go around the end with it.
Cashman out of the shotgun, has the man in motion. There's the snap. This time they hand it to Boyle again, and he gets stopped by the Newburyport defense.
Looks like he lost again.
Yeah. In on the tackle was Nick Tulin
Peter Green.
and Peter Green.
3rd and goal for 3.
So we're just under 4 minutes to go here. It's going to be 3rd and goal to go for Triton with the ball at the Newburyport 2-yard line. So now what do you do, Richie?
I'd still put it in the hand of Cashman, let him with the option. Let him either roll up, pass, or run.
All right, again, they have a man in motion, and Cashman takes the ball, and this time he runs in for the touchdown. 2-yard touchdown by Triton quarterback Justin Cashman.
His 3rd touchdown of the game.
And that puts the Triton Vikings up now 19-9 with 3:28 to go in the third quarter of play. So this time the Vikings, they have Lutenbacher out there to kick the extra point. He's one of those straight-on kickers.
Lutenbacher to kick for the extra point.
No soccer-style kicking for Max. There's the extra point attempt. It's up, and it is no good. Yeah.
Kick is no good.
Was there a flag?
Yeah, there was a flag.
It might be against Newburyport.
And the Vikings coming back out. The Clippers coming back out.
Offside Newburyport, so they're going to get it over again.
So the Vikings see if they can tack that extra point up there. They have the lead right now, 19-9 with 3:28 to go in the third quarter of play. So Lutenbacher, this time he's going to be teeing it up just inside the 10-yard line for the extra point attempt. Kevin Clark is going to be doing the holding. So he gets set, there's the snap and the kick. This time it's up, and this time it is good. 20-9, Triton with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers. 3:28 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends, WNBP. Okay, bring it back after this, please. All right, we're back at World War Memorial Stadium, and one of the players injured in today's game for the Newburyport Clippers, Brian Toole, and at least he's up and walking around, so that's a good sign. But 3:28 to go in the third quarter. Triton leading Newburyport 20-9, and the Newburyport Clippers are going to be receiving this kickoff, New England foot and ankle kickoff. So Lutenbacher gets set, and here we go. There's the kick. It's a low line drive, bounces at about the Newburyport 25, picked up by the Clippers right around the 20. Having a little bit of trouble handling that one was Jimmy Gallo, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for Newburyport at about their own 20-yard line. 3:23 to go here in the third quarter of play.
Newburyport will take over 1st down and 10.
So in a game that's been very much back and forth, all of a sudden you see a sizable lead, 20-9 for the Triton Vikings.
Triton's taken over here in the second half. It's usually been Newburyport's half the second half, but this time it's been Triton.
All right, the Clippers set at their own 20, 1st and 10. 3:23 to go in the third quarter, and a whistle.
Timeout.
So
Triton.
the Vikings take a timeout.
That's the second this half.
Triton.
And the Vikings take a timeout as they make a player adjustment. Max Madden goes off the field. Nope, he just goes over to the sideline to talk with the coaches. Perhaps Newburyport was lining up in a formation that the Vikings weren't expecting. All right, Shea brings the play in from the sideline. It's 1st and 10 for Newburyport with the ball at their own 20-yard line. 3:23 to go in the third quarter. Triton leading Newburyport 20-9. You're at World War Memorial Stadium, Newburyport High School. There's the snap. Shea carries the ball over the near side of the 20-25, and he's taken down.
Shea, the ball carrier.
There was a late flag thrown, but I think Newburyport might have been in motion. And the flag seemed kind of late, though, but it's unusual when they throw the flag then. But I think Newburyport might have jumped.
Now James
backfield.
James Ford in on the tackle, Jacob Durkin as well.
Newburyport backfield in motion.
It's a song, Richie.
Yeah, backfield. No, I'm not going to sing that.
How's it go?
Really good motion. against Newburyport. It's a 5-yard penalty.
So it's going to be a 1st and 15 for Newburyport.
Yeah, the only thing I do worse than my writing is my singing. And you know how bad my writing is.
Well, that's okay. It's all in tune in your head, and now it's running through my head. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Hey, how was the Patriots game this past weekend?
This past weekend, that was the one against Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
That was well played, much better than the Kansas City game.
Yeah.
That was great. But one good thing about that, the fans were right behind Brady right off. Really got with Brady right along as going along. The emotion was there. Brady showed a lot of emotion, and the team needed it. I'll tell you, after they played against Kansas City. So now let's hope they don't have a letdown against Buffalo.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I kind of understand this. They got the clock running right now to bring it up. The official clock is supposed to be up here, not on the field. But yet they keep making them make the corrections. Yeah, I can't figure it out.
Well, 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Newburyport with the ball at their own 15-yard line. They send a man in motion.
He's going to get hit.
And on the fumble, on the snap, Triton indicating they recovered it, and they did. Right around the Newburyport 10-yard line, 12-yard line.
You can see that coming. The Triton does a great job on the backside coming after Shea. 2 or 3 times have been about a step behind, and this time they caught him before he had a chance to do anything with it. A loss of yardage and a loss of ball.
So that's going to be making it 1st and 10 for Triton. They have the ball inside the Newburyport 15-yard line. We'll say that's about the Newburyport 12. And the Triton Vikings with a very important possession right now. They have the lead 20-9, but you know, just imagine if they are able to score here, that makes it even tougher. 4 receivers on the field, and Boyle is the lone back. Out of the shotgun is Cashman. He hands it off to Boyle, who goes straight ahead at the 5, and he's in for the score. Boy,
that was quick.
Yeah, a 12-yard touchdown run by Boyle, and that gives the Triton Vikings a 26-9 lead. I think the bad, well, for Newburyport, the bad thing is that they allowed Triton to score. And the other bad thing is that it just took 1 play.
Yeah, that's two times Triton scored on 1 play.
All right, Lutenbacher is ready to take the extra point attempt, and the kick is up, and it is good. 27-9. Triton with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers with 1:54 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live in the Legends, WNBP. Bring it back after this, please. And we're back here at World War Memorial Stadium. You can see the Triton Vikings. They're like high-fiving themselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah. Well, basically, that's 3 touchdowns in a row. They got their last 3 possessions.
But as you and I have seen throughout the season and throughout watching high school football over the years, anything is possible. There's the kickoff, and it's picked up by the Clippers as Pacheco gets caught shy of the 35-yard line, and he hangs on to the ball. Coming up with the tackle was Tyler Figueredo. What did we see on the field? Is that a cat?
A little bunny. I think it was a bunny, a rabbit. Yeah, a little corner of the field there. We'll get another player down for Newburyport.
Well, there was all types of extra motion following that tackle, but there is a player for the Newburyport Clippers being tended to right around the Newburyport 35-yard line.
No.
1:47 to go.
Here it is. Right, look at it. Right on the field. The rabbit. Oh. Touchdown.
Oh wait, fumble.
Good spot, Ashley.
How about that?
good speed.
We've never seen a rabbit. You know, we've seen cats and
Speaking
dogs.
of rabbits, that's a Newburyport has to pull out of the head right now as a rabbit.
Oh, they certainly do.
That's the other Tulin that was hurt right now.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah, 50, yeah.
Yeah, that's Nick Tulin who went off.
Here he comes again. Okay, it's first and 10 at the 34 for Newburyport. 1:47 to go in the third.
As the Clippers line it up, they have five receivers out there for the Clippers. They need to get some points, and they are going to be going with the strength. But Shea takes the snap and he runs it straight ahead, and he picks up a couple of yards. So it'll be a second down play coming up for the Newburyport Clippers. So 1:32 to go in the third quarter of play. Triton with a lead over Newburyport, 27-9.
Second down and 8.
And let's see what we had the ball spotted at the Newburyport 37-yard line.
But Triton's defense really putting a lot of pressure on Shea. He hasn't had much chance to set up, and even sometimes doesn't have a chance to hand the ball off.
All right, the last play they had five receivers out, and this time, same thing.
They have no protection back there, so it's going to be quick.
So Shea out of the shotgun has three receivers off on the left side. There's the snap. Oh, and he took a high snap. He handed it off, tried to hand it off to Pacheco, couldn't handle it. Loose ball. Let's see who comes up with it. Triton's indicating they have it. And Triton Vikings just want to make sure that we know who got the ball. Triton got the fumble,
Yeah,
right?
Triton got the fumble, yeah. Looked like the handoff bounced off of Pacheco's chest. He really never had possession of the ball.
Yeah, I think Pacheco was in motion, and it was a high snap, and I think that they just tried to. Well, the timing was off. Didn't work. But
Wait a minute,
Triton has the
they're
ball
showing.
first down and 10 at the Newburyport 32.
You know, it could be. It almost looked like an incomplete pass because he did shift it forward. I think they called it incomplete pass, did they?
I guess
did
so.
Recover?
No, Newburyport retains possession. It's third down and 12.
They must have called it a running play. Maybe Pacheco recovered it.
well, I guess do you have to have the throwing motion? It looked like he just
did
pushed
forward.
it.
It was forward though,
Yeah.
but they did back it back behind the line. So
Well, it's 3rd and 12 for the Clippers. There's a bad snap, a bounce. Shea picks it up, puts it up in the air, and it is complete. Right around the 40-yard line, and the Clippers are trying to get that first down, extra yardage, but it's not going to happen. Trying to pick up the number of the receiver on the far side of the field.
was it Terry? It looked like single digits. So I wonder if it was Terry.
Shea is passing them complete to Tyler Therian.
Yeah.
So Terrian, who usually plays a wide receiver role, made the catch at about the 42 or so, and he was about a yard shy of a first down. So it's going to be 4th and about a yard for Newburyport. There's no time on the clock here at the end of the third quarter. Let's see what the officials are going to be calling.
You're not giving me any signals. 4th down and 2. So
the officials are talking it over, and apparently that's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Triton 27 and Newburyport 9, we'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live in the Legends, WNBP.
It's not your fault.
Okay, play 2 ads here, 2 ads.
Coverage of high school sports is brought to you in part by Newburyport 5 Cent Savings Bank, Pentucket Medical, Nick's Pizza, Institution for Savings Bank, Oregano Pizzeria and Restaurant, Appleton Eye Associates, Giuseppe's Fresh Pasta and Fine Food, Port City Sandwich Company. We would like to thank Nick's Pizza for being the Feed the Crew sponsor. It's a fake. Pajenko's going to run the ball, and he's going to pick up the first down. He's up to midfield, 50 down to 45, and out of bounds. So Clippers on a fake punt, and Pajenko picks up the first down.
What a nice play by the Newburyport Clippers. It was 4th and short yardage, but the Clippers needed that first down as Pajenko was back there. And I don't think certainly the Vikings weren't expecting that, but Pajenko was able to take advantage of it, picked up a first down. Then Newburyport retains the ball as we start out the 4th quarter at World War Memorial Stadium.
46.
So we've been seeing all types of plays tonight, Richie.
Yeah, everybody's pulling out the tricks tonight.
Yeah, even the bunny.
It's not even Halloween, we're seeing all these tricks.
All right, 4 receivers out for the Clippers. And whistles on the field.
Timeout, Newburyport.
Clippers call a timeout. I think Newburyport didn't have enough players out there. So 10:52 to go in the game. Newburyport trailing 27-9. And they need to get some offense going here tonight at World War Memorial Stadium. All right, here we go. Now we have 5 receivers out on the field for the Clippers. Or 4 receivers, 1 back. They have a man in motion, that's Stott. And Shea rolls to his right, puts it up in the air, and the pass is complete down to about the 35-yard line. Nice pass to J.J. Pajenko. The 6'1 senior picks up a first down for the Newburyport Clippers. They spot the ball at the Triton 35-yard line with 10:37 to go in the game. So with the Clippers trailing by 27-9, they need to score quickly here in the 4th quarter and then score quickly again and again. All right, here we go. Shea under center has a man in motion. That's Stott. And Quinn Stott takes the pitch out on the far side of the field, tries to cut down the field, and he makes it. He's got a first down, and he gets taken out of bounds right around the Triton 20-yard line. Nice play, nice run by Quinn Stott, the freshman, for the Newburyport Clippers.
First down and 10, Newburyport.
They'll spot that ball inside the 20-yard line at about the Triton 18.
Ball at the Triton 18-yard line.
9:58 to go in the game. Triton leading Newburyport 27-9, but Newburyport with the ball right now. 1st and 10 at about the Triton 18. Man in motion again, and this time they hand it off, and Pajenko runs up through the middle, and he's over the 15, down to about the 13-yard line, we'll call it. So that was a play where Pajenko came across the middle of the field, and he got the handoff, and then he cut straight down the middle of the field, picking up about 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Newburyport with the ball inside the Triton 20-yard line. Isabel wide to the left, and Terrian on the right side. There's the handoff, and Jimmy Gallo tries to run to the left. He gets hit, ball pops loose, and Newburyport recovers. Coming up with it was Mike Shea. Quarterback Shea was able to cover it up.
Yeah, I guess they said was he down on the play? Yeah, because they spotted back where he fumbled.
He was down at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 5.
So that puts the ball inside the Triton 15-yard line at about the 13, we'll call it, with 8:26 to go in the game. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Newburyport as Shea brings the play in. Clippers coming into tonight's game with a record of 2-2 overall. Triton at 3-1. Shea out of the shotgun, gets set, takes the snap, and he passes over to the far side. Is complete to Pajenko, and I think he has himself a first down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they'll put the ball at about the Triton, we'll call it 8-yard line.
It's the
Tackled by
inside 10, yeah.
Doyle
Looks like
and Clark.
So 7:55 to go in the game. Triton leading 27-9 over the Newburyport Clippers. Clippers have the ball. First and goal to go inside the Triton 10. All right, the Clippers break the huddle, and they send Terrian wide to the near side right. Pacheco's in the slot on the left side. And they send Stott in motion, and they handed the ball off to Pacheco. Pacheco got caught in the backfield, and he lost quite a bit of yardage. He's taken down at about the Triton 16-yard line.
8-yard
Somebody wants a
loss.
cell phone here tonight. You can find it at the concession stand.
So the Clippers, unfortunate play there with 7:09 to go in the contest, and Triton leading 27-9. Newburyport
From the 16-yard line.
loses some yardage on that. The ball is spotted at the Triton 16-yard line, and it's going to be second and goal to go there. Terrian lined up wide to the right side. All right, Shea gets set. There's the snap, and he throws over to the near side. Pass is complete to Quinn Stott. Stott works his way down to about the 5-yard line. And the freshman with a nice run after the catch
Tackled by Wood and
gets the ball down to the Triton 5-yard line, and it's going to be third and goal to go for Newburyport with 6:27 to go in the game.
That was a good job by Stott. After he caught the ball, he just kept pushing ahead, picked up some extra yardage. So now they're faced with a third and goal on the 5.
All right, Newburyport brings the play in from the sideline. Terrian wide to the right. On the far side, you have Isabel wide left, and Pacheco in the slot on the left side. Now Pacheco in motion, moves himself over, and the quarterback Shea pitches the ball over to Stott. Stott in the backfield couldn't turn the corner to get downfield, and he loses a little bit of yardage. He gets ridden out of bounds at about the Triton 14.
It looked like Shea lost his balance on that too. I was going down there when he pitched it out to Stott.
Fourth down and goal.
So Peter Green comes off the field for the Clippers. 5:50 to go in the game, and the ball is spotted at the Triton 13-yard line. 27-9, Triton with the lead over the Newburyport Clippers. All right, Shea gives the play to the huddle. So Isabel and Pacheco on the far side, and Terrian and Stott on the near side.
Timeout.
And a timeout. So we'll take a timeout as well. Score 27-9. Triton with the lead over Newburyport. You're listening to High School Football Live on the Legends, WNBP. Okay, bring it back after this. .550 to go in the contest with Triton leading Newburyport 27-9. It's fourth and goal for Newburyport as the Clippers have the ball at the Triton 13-yard line. So this time they set up Quinn Stott wide to the left side with Isabel in the slot on the left side. Shea out of the shotgun, 3 receivers on the right side. There's the snap. Shea moves to his right, puts the ball up in the air into the end zone. Good catch. What a nice catch, Isabel.
Was it Isabel?
Yep, number 9, Tom Isabel.
9 is Terrian.
Terrian, oh, I'm sorry, Tyler Terrian, a nice catch in the end zone, in the near corner. And Newburyport put 6 points up on the board, so it's 27-15.
That was a real nice catch because he had a tiptoe to stay in bounds at the same time.
Right into the far corner on the near side. So,
Timeout, Newburyport.
27 to 15, the Clippers call a timeout. We'll hang it right here. We'll stay here to see what happens with the extra points. 5:41 to go in the contest. A beautiful night at World War Memorial Stadium. Win Damon along with Richie Eaton, Ashley Hodge keeping our defensive statistics. Chris Butterfield at the engineering position back in the studio. So that good score for the Newburyport Clippers. Unfortunately, it took quite a bit of time to get it done.
Yeah, that's that drive there. Basically, they started at the end of the third quarter. They've already used up 5 minutes and 29 seconds here in the fourth quarter. It was almost 2 minutes in the first quarter.
So Terrian's lining up to the left side, and Pacheco on the right side is the wide receivers. And the Clippers going for the 2 here, the Alliant Credit Point extra point attempt, and there's the pass, and it is stopped. I think it's stopped. Yes, there was the pass to Jimmy Gallo. Gallo got hit just as he was almost ready to enter the end zone for the extra 2 points, and he got stopped.
Well, he almost made it to the goal line, then he got popped right back. A real good defense by the Vikings.
So 5:41 to go in the game. It's Triton 27, Newburyport 15. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football Live with the Legends, WNBP. Okay, bring it back after this. We're back at World War Memorial Stadium, 27 to 15. Triton with the lead. Newburyport with the New England foot and ankle kickoff is going to be making the attempt. And Richie, I feel tomfoolery is going to happen here.
Well, you're going to definitely see a little bit of a squib kick here, some type of an onside attempt by the Clippers. That's what they have to do right now.
All right, so Pacheco has it at the 40-yard line. 5:41 to go. And here we go. And no tomfoolery at all. But this time a little squibbler, and it picked up at the 20 by Boyle for the Vikings, and Boyle's able to bring it up close to the 35-yard line. That's why you and I aren't coaches.
Yeah, it's down by 2 touchdowns. So I thought we might see something, especially where Triton's been moving the ball.
All right, 5.5 minutes to go in the game. The Vikings have it. It'll be 1st and 10 for Triton. They have the ball at their own 34-yard line. And they have the lead, 27 to 15. So the Clippers set up defensively. Justin Cashman out of the shotgun for the Vikings. 1st and 10, there's the snap, and he fakes the handoff, comes over to the near side, gets by one defender at the 40, and he gets the ball up to about the 45-yard line.
Should be enough for the first down.
And he was taken down by Henry Francis, Jr., defensive back. 5:22 to go in the game.
Cashman's up to 121 yards rushing, along with 171 yards passing, so a big night for Justin Cashman.
Ball spotted at the Triton 45-yard line, 1st and 10. As the Vikings will try to eat as much time off the clock as they can with the lead at 12 points right now. There's the snap, and they hand it off to Boyle, who runs straight ahead. He's taken down by a couple of players, including one of the players, Nick Toulon, who came off from an injury a little bit ago. We'll have to check the sideline to see if his brother Brian is still on the sideline, 52. But the no, he's now that's is that a 62 or a 50? No, he's out there too.
Wow, nice comeback.
Yeah. It's a miracle.
Oh, yeah, because it didn't look like it was a cramp, but now it looked like they were looking at his shin in front.
Yeah. Well, 4:14 to go in the game. Triton with the lead. Out of the shotgun. Cashman puts the ball right down the middle. It's caught at the Newburyport 40-yard line. Nice catch by the Triton Vikings. Coming up with it, Max Lutenbacher. Doesn't get a lot of passes thrown to him, but this time he showed the hands and he made the catch and he got the ball down to the Newburyport 31-yard line in the first down.
Ball's at the Newburyport 31-yard line.
So we're under 4 minutes to go here at World War Memorial Stadium. As Cashman looks over to the coaching staff. As they give the signals back, and there's motion on the line of scrimmage.
I don't think that was the play they sent in.
Not quite.
It wasn't
Yeah.
to go in motion.
I say Lutenbacher may have jumped offside.
15.
With all those hand signals, they may as well just hold up a sign that says 1, 2, 3, and then they can change it. You know, one could mean one play the first quarter and another play the next time.
Plus, they remember it. That's what's the amazing thing is to be able to figure all those. That's what's just like a third base coach giving signals in baseball.
Yeah. All right, 3:06 to go in the game. The Vikings have the ball first and 15, and the ball at the Newburyport 35-yard line as Cashman runs the ball at the 30, the 25, and he's taken down right around the 25.
That was a good job by Cashman because he could be stopped for loss of yardage, and he picked up some good yardage as he kept going, and I think he's got close to a first down. Let's see.
Well, Peter Green made the stop. That's, I believe, the second time he's done that as well, catching a Triton player from behind and stopping what probably could have been a sure score.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was first and 15, so that's why it wasn't the first down. He picked up some good yardage down. What's he down? What he down?
Probably about 12 yards, 13 yards. So it's 2nd and 2 right now.
13 yards he picked up.
As the Vikings have the ball just shy of the Newburyport 20-yard line. There's the handoff to Boyle. He has a first down and he has a touchdown. So a 22-yard touchdown for Luke Boyle with 2:03 to go in the game. The senior running back listed at 5'7", just pounded his way right through. He found the hole. Nice play by the offensive line. And now the Vikings will go for the Aligned Credit Union extra point attempt. Max Lutenbacher. There's the kick. It's up, and it is no good. Kick went off to the left. 2:03 to go in the game, and the score is Triton 33 and Newburyport 15. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to High School Football, live on the Legends WNBP. All right, bring it back after this. .203 on the clock here at World War Memorial Stadium with Newburyport trailing Triton 33 to 15. After the Clippers had scored their last touchdown, they chose not to try an onside kick. Triton took it back for a score eventually.
That's 4 possessions in a row now. Triton has scored.
And this time, the New England foot and ankle kickoff picked up by the Clippers at about the 35 and stopped down at around the midfield.
Brennan.
Yeah, Connor Brennan not going down easily. He took about 3 or 4 Triton players with him before finally getting tackled at the 50-yard line. So that shows with a minute 56 to go here in the contest at World War Memorial Stadium. Triton with the lead of 33-15 over the Newburyport Clippers. Nice turnout tonight here at World War Memorial Stadium. All right, out of the shotgun is Mike Shea. Takes the snap, looks to his left, puts it up in the air. Pacheco at the 45, and he's down. He was tackled on the far side of the field by Kevin Clark, senior.
Second down and 6.
So a minute 39 on the clock as it continues to wind itself down. And Shea brings the play in from the sidelines. Well, the game started out lots of situations with bad snaps.
Yeah, some bad snaps by both teams. It started out, and the result was 9-7 after the first quarter. Then the defenses played well in the second quarter as there was no scoring. Then the third quarter, Triton with 3 scores. Oh, Shea's going to be sacked here.
Yeah, 5 receivers were lined up, and Shea kind of slipped on the field as he was being pressured, and he gets downed at about the 50-yard line.
I think a 3rd and 10.
So under a minute to go in the game as the clock continues to wind down. 45 seconds on the clock. And let's see if the Clippers get another play off here. See what they can do. So the clock now at 27 seconds. And they send several players. 2 receivers wide to the left, 3 to the right on the near side. Shea takes the snap, and he passes to the far side, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for J.J. Pacheco. So that stops the clock at 13 seconds, and it'll be a 4th down play coming up for Newburyport at the 50-yard line. So the Newburyport Clippers taking the early lead, and Triton coming back. They had the lead 33-15 right now. There's the snap. Shea puts it right in the middle, and the ball popped up in the air. I think it fell incomplete.
It looked like Newburyport was going to try the hook and ladder on that one. Mawai caught the ball, but then he was going to pitch it to start, but he actually dropped it before he had a chance to pitch it. But I think that was the intention on the play.
So the sophomore looking to pitch the ball to the freshman here in the waning moments of tonight's ball game at World War Memorial Stadium. Just notice the pink socks for Philip Wellman, Newburyport.
Yeah. Well, we got to notice that Ashley tonight had a pink blouse on and a pink sweater and a pink hat.
Yeah.
For breast cancer month, so she's well colorful with her pink tonight.
I'm prepared, yeah.
At the 50-yard line.
All right, so this will probably be the last play here with 13 seconds on the clock. And that's it. They down the ball, and that's going to be the ball game right there. 33-15 with the Triton Vikings coming up with a win over the Newburyport Clippers. We'll give you some statistics and wrap it up after these words. You're listening to High School Football Live at the Legends, WNBP. Okay, just play some ads, please.
Nice working, you guys. Take care.
Coverage
Chris,
of
how
high
many
school
ads do we
sports
have
is
left?
brought to you in part by Newburyport 5-Cent Savings Bank, Pentucket Medical, Nick's Pizza, Institution for Savings Bank, Oregano Pizzeria and Restaurant, Appleton Eye Associates, Giuseppe's Fresh Pasta and Fine Food, Port City Sandwich Company. We would like to thank Nick's Pizza for being the Feed the Crew sponsor.
We'll get the others in. Okay? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm packing up.
You all set on totals? And we'll come back to you. Make sure I come to you this time. So how do you want to do it? Give all this stuff and then break for commercial?
Yeah.
Then do the scoring and Ashley? I'll get Ashley before I do the score, so I won't forget it this time.
Okay.
So I'll get
you.
the... All right.
All right. So bring it back after this, please.
I'm so tired.
They had 5 touchdowns.
All right, we are back at World War Memorial Stadium. Wynn Damon along with Richie Eaton, Ashley Hodge, our engineer Chris Butterfield, and the Triton Vikings coming up with a convincing win tonight over the Newburyport Clippers, 33-15. But anybody's biscuit.
Well, yeah, the big second half of the Vikings that really did a job is they scored. They scored 4 touchdowns in a row. One at the end of the first half, then 3 times here in the second half. Then they just downed the ball at the end. So it was quite a good domination by the Triton as they took over the line. Really took over both the first half and the second half, both offensively and defensively. They shut Newburyport down and got the ball moving for themselves. And tip of the hat to Justin Cashman. Had a great night for Triton. As we'll get into the stats, you'll see that. So what we have unofficially for statistics: Newburyport 9 first downs. Rushing carries, 23 carries, only 35 yards for Newburyport. Mike Shea was 9 for 18 passing for 109 yards, and he was sacked once for 4 yards. So net passing 105 to go along with the 35 rushing for a total of 140 yards for Newburyport. They were penalized 4 times for 25 yards. Bajeko punted 4 times for an average of 34 yards. Clippers turned it over twice on fumbles. And they were 1 for 5 on third down plays and 2 for 3 on fourth down plays, and a total of 42 plays for Newburyport and 25 minutes time of possession. For the Vikings, 13 first downs, 27 carries for 150 yards. Now you got to mention that 150. That's after you take the 43 yards off on the bad snaps 2 times there. So outside they were close to 200 yards. It was for those 2 plays there. Justin Cashman, a big night passing, 8 for 10 for 193 yards. So 193 yards passing, go along with 150 rushing for a total of 343 yards for Triton to Newburyport's 140. So basically they gained over 200 yards more than the Clippers. Penalties, 4 penalties for 30 yards against Triton. Ellsworth Rogers punted once for 23 yards. Triton turned the ball over twice on fumbles, once on an interception. Triton was 3 out of 6 on third down plays and 1 for 1 on fourth down plays. They had a total of 37 plays, and they had the ball for 19 minutes. Individually for Newburyport, Mike Shea had 3 carries for -4 yards. Jimmy Gallo, 5 carries, -6 yards. J.J. Bajeko, 6 carries, 36 yards. And Quinn Scott, 4 carries, 18 yards. And Ronnie Mawai, 1 carry for 2 yards. But Newburyport had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plays minus yardage today. That hasn't happened much this year. So Triton's defense was very quick, and as a result, Newburyport really had that tough time. On the receptions, Ty Terrian had 3 receptions for 29 yards, including a touchdown. J.J. Bajeko had 4 carries for 31 yards, 4 receptions for 31 yards. Tom Isabel, 1 reception for 38 yards, and Quinn Stott, 1 reception for 11 yards. And for Triton, Justin Cashman, 9 carries, 134 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Luke Boyle, 11 carries for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyler Figueredo, 5 carries for 4 yards. And that was it for the rushing. And then on the receiving, Jack Germanaro had 1 reception with a total of 20 yards receiving. James Wood, 4 receptions, 83 yards. Luke Boyle, 2 receptions for 68 yards. And Max Lutenbacher, 1 reception for 22 yards. So we'll come back with the scoring and the defense after this.
All right, the post-game show right now, 33-15, with Triton the victor over the Newburyport Clippers, and we'll be back to give you the scoring rundown, some defensive statistics after this here on the Legends WNBP.
Let me start with you, then you give it to me afterwards. We'll start with Ashley.
Okay, so play the rest of the ads. Yeah.
Chris, you missed the whole first half.
We're back at World War Memorial Stadium. Win Dame along with Richie Eaton, Ashley Hodge, keeping an eye on the defense tonight. And Ashley, how did things go numbers-wise?
Okay, well, Jack Germanara led Triton defensively with 6 tackles during the game, followed by Kevin Clark and Luke Boyle with 5 tackles each. And for Newburyport, Peter Green led Newburyport defensively with 7 tackles, followed by Reed Nation and Nick Tulin, each with 5 tackles.
So the Clippers running up some good numbers right there. The Newburyport Clippers, they are going to be taking on Masconomet next week, and the Triton Vikings are going to be taking on
North Reading.
At
North Reading.
Yeah, so that'll be a good one as well too. So what do we have for the scoring plays, Richie?
Okay, Newburyport opened up the scoring. Connor Brennan recovered a fumble in the end zone. It was a bad snap, went over Cashman's head. Brennan recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. The kick by Bajeko was no good, and Clippers led 6-0. Then on the first play from scrimmage right after that, Justin Cashman ran for 64 yards and the touchdown. Max Luttenbacher made the kick good. It was 7-6 Triton. Then Newburyport came back with a 35-yard field goal by J.J. Bajeko, made it 9-7 Newburyport. But it was all Triton after as they scored their next 4 possessions. A 5-yard run by Justin Cashman. A pass was incomplete. It actually was intercepted by Newburyport, the extra points. So it left the Triton with a 13-9 lead. And then before the end of the half was over, Justin Cashman on a 3-yard run. Luttenbacher's kick was good, and it made it 20-9 Triton. That was in the third quarter. And then another score by Triton, a Luke Boyle and a 12-yard run. Lettenbacher's kick was good, made it 27-9 Triton. And then a 14-yard pass from Mike Shea to Tyler Terry. A nice catch by Terry in the end zone as he kept himself from going out of bounds as he tiptoed in the area there for the score. The Newburyport rider pass was no good, so it was 27-15 at that point. The Clippers were down. And then Triton ended up scoring on a 23-yard run by Luke Boyle. And the kick was no good, and that made it 33-15, the final score. But again, Justin Cash and a big night for Triton, and the big defense for Triton did a job of shutting Newburyport down in the second half.
All right, the Newburyport Clippers still out on the field, holding, it looks like a team-only meeting out there. So I'm sure they have a few things to talk about, and none of them look all that happy, as a matter of fact. But it's a tough loss for Newburyport to get defeated like this, 33-15 at home. But the Clippers now 2-3 overall, 1-2 in their conference.
It doesn't get any easier next week. They go to Masco.
No, Masco is going to be, and maybe some of the Clipper players will be at the Pentucket game tomorrow. I understand that's a 3 o'clock game when the Masconomet Chieftains take on the Sachems at Pentucket. All right, so the final score once again, Triton 33 and Newburyport 15 for Ashley Hodge, Richie Eaton, our engineer Chris Butterfield. I'm Win Damon. Thanks for listening to High School Football Live with the Legends, WNBP.